Hello my loves, I'm Ellie Frost, and on this channel we're talking about the multi-dimensional approach to rapidly and radically healing and transforming during and after narcissistic abuse. And this video is about getting rid of intrusive thoughts after narcissistic abuse. So what's intrusive thoughts? It's when we're ruminating, we can't get the narcissist out of our head, we're almost obsessed. I've talked before about narcissistic abuse, right? When we get enmeshed with a narcissist, it's stronger than an addiction, because an addiction, well, a substance addiction, because a substance addiction happens on an emotional and physical level, right? But a narcissistic trauma bond, enmeshment happens on an emotional, physical, and energetic and spiritual level, right? So it's a very, very, very strong attachment. And we can find ourselves ruminating, so going over and over things that have happened with the narcissist, obsessively thinking about them, stalking them on social media or in real life, wanting to know what's happening next in their life, that we can't get it out of our head. We often are very traumatized from the betrayal, from discards, from devaluations, and we might get obsessed with wanting to know that they get their karma. That's very, very, very common. I've had a lot of clients talking about, and I've got many videos on here about how it works karmically with a narcissist, right? And that actually, if you're enmeshed with a narcissist, they're being protected by your karma, so it kind of balances out, but they will get their karma for you when you fully detach from them, right? But, we because we've got an injustice trauma, because it's so unjust what happens in this cycle, a lot of us get really wanting to make sure the narcissist sees justice, and actually sometimes at the cost of us getting on with our best life, right? So it becomes unhealthy when it's getting in the way of us transforming, us going forward, us just completely detaching and getting on with our best life. So I teach people how to shift their energy and release the trauma, and I work with them on a cognitive, so on a mind level, as well as an energy and spiritual level, energetic and spiritual level, because that is why my work works, because it's a multi-dimensional attack that must be dealt with, right, to do it effectively on a multi-dimensional level. Now, in the Eastern world, a lot of people understand energy more than we do in the West, right? And there's a lot of work on mind, breath, body, movements, things like, what's it called? Well, yogic stuff and Tai Chi, many practices thinking about body, breath, moving energy. And some very simple things you can do right now. If you're having intrusive thoughts, say no consent in the psychic realm, and move your energy with your body while you're saying it. Saying things with intention while we use body and breath and actually intend to energetically cut ties in the psychic realm really works. You can just say no consent and push them out. What you find when you're ruminating and going over and over things is there's no resolution, right? You can't outthink trauma. And so trying to purely deal with it on the level of the mind doesn't often fully work for people, because we logically understand what's going on, right? And that is part of healing, bringing consciousness and understanding to something. But we have to actually shift it in our energy field to fully release it, right? And let go. We can logically know this person's bad for me and unhealthy, but if we're still trauma bonded, we're still going to often want to go back. Can't get them out of our head. And if they're living rent free in your head, right, it doesn't matter that you're not with them anymore. They're still eating your energy, siphoning your energy in the psychic realm. So just try those exercises. I've got other videos on this channel about breaking the psychic ties. Check out my program Sovereign, because that is just such a beautiful community, and it's got so energy techniques, very short trainings and short things you can put into your daily life. And when you do go back into any kind of relapse, there's modules on all sorts of things to help get you through. We must work. We are energetic beings, right? Trying to deal with this just on a mind level doesn't work. People end up in therapy for years with not very good results and going back into the same cycles. We can understand why we do things, but trauma bonds and narcissistic abuse is a psychic attack, a spiritual attack, as well as an attack on an emotional, mental, and often physical level, right? Because it can make us sick. So many people get sick from this cycle. Autoimmune diseases are very common, many breakdowns of the body, because, when we're emotionally broken down, we start to physically break down. Yeah, narcissistic abuse can make us very sick, energetically, spiritually, emotionally, and physically, which is why we deal with it on a multidimensional way. So try this little technique, right? When you're having ruminating thoughts, I've got other things in my program that will literally just help you break psychic ties, help you break trauma bonds very, very quickly. Yeah, and it's not about fighting your thoughts. Because when we get into a fight with our mind, we just get into resistance and it gets worse, right? It builds up. It's about releasing, yeah, not fighting. So, we can get so frustrated with ourselves because we can't, when we start thinking. Now, there's two things going on. Sometimes it's us ruminating because of the trauma bond. Sometimes it's because we're under psychic attack and the narcissist is sending us energy, right? Which is, again, why the energy work really helps release this. So do check out Sovereign. Please keep liking, subscribing and sharing. I'm so happy you're here. Lots of love and I'll speak to you soon.